Scottsbluff County is hoping the trend of dropping gas prices will continue as they rejected all fuel bids for the Roads and Bridge Department during Monday night's meeting. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, Scottsbluff County Commissioners are hoping to see a payoff with lower prices after rejecting all fuel bids for the County Roads and Bridge Department. Westco and Panhandle Co-op submitted quotes for a year's worth of fuel. However, Road Superintendent Steve Baird told the board a third potential supplier who did not submit a bid did reach out and said prices could continue trending downward for a few more months. Commissioner Mark Harris was among board members who worried that failure to choose a bid at the county's request could cause potential bidders in the future to hesitate working with the county.
The more we do stuff like this, the less bids you're going to have. That's all I can tell you. When they don't start to trust the bid process, they're not going to bid.
Well, they're getting an opportunity to bid again.
Well, they are, but all of a sudden, because one of the bidders, you're going to allow all the bidders to get a little private conversation with Steve and get to tell Steve what they think about how to do things, because that's what you're asking for here.
Ultimately, the board decided to reject all bids with the understanding Baird and Commissioner Russ Reisig would do additional market investigation before asking for new bids to be submitted within the first 2 months of next year. Well, the Nebraska Panhandle Area Health Education Center is among 28 organizations across Nebraska and western Iowa receiving a total of $525,000 in impact grants from First National Bank of Omaha. FNBO Vice President of Corporate Social Responsibility, Spencer Danner, announced the grants recently, which support programs dedicated to education and workforce development. $5,000 was donated to the Health Education Center for their Health Professionals Workforce Training Program, which provides relevant learning opportunities for health profession students who plan to practice in rural or underserved Nebraska communities. In all, FNBO awarded $830,000 in grants to 46 organizations across 7 states. We'll have more news right after this.
Looking for free instead of fees? Platte Valley Bank can help you keep your finances moving forward with no ATM fees. Whether you're headed to the lake, the mountains, or just to the grocery store, you can enjoy the freedom of free ATM access anywhere, anytime. Platte Valley Bank. You belong here.
I really like how our OB department takes our limited amount of doctors and turns it into a strength. Even though we only have a couple of people, you get to know them well over your entire pregnancy. We have 2 state-of-the-art labor rooms that are new with our last addition. We have a couple of very nice postpartum rooms also right here in the hospital, so they can get as much time with mom and baby as possible.
Welcome back. A 24-year-old Alliance man has been sentenced to prison after dousing his girlfriend in gasoline and lighting her on fire. In late November, John Mazanek was sentenced to a total of 10 to 16 years in prison after pleading guilty to charges including second and third-degree domestic assault with prior convictions. Court documents say shortly after the incident, Mazanek was apprehended in Hemmingford, walking down the street with a torch, and corroborated the victim's story that she had been set ablaze. Several LSD tablets were also found on him at the time of his arrest, and was also convicted on an additional felony drug charge. Well, a 31-year-old Scottsbluff man already serving a 2-year prison sentence on an attempted burglary conviction will soon have more time added to his sentence. Taylor Sestak was sentenced on the aforementioned charge back in October, but over the last few weeks, he's pleaded guilty or no contest to charges in at least 3 other cases in Scottsbluff County District Court. Charges in those cases include a Class 2A burglary charge, attempted flight to avoid arrest, and possession of a controlled substance. He could face up to another 20 years in prison when he's sentenced on January 12th. And the Scottsbluff Police Department has completed their Nebraska Buckle Up mobilization effort with 46 citations and 70 warnings issued over the Thanksgiving holiday weekend. Of the citations, 10 involved restraint violations, including 1 child safety seat violation. 60% of the tickets issued were for no valid registration, 6 for no operator's license, 3 for speeding, and 2 for driving under the influence, as well as 6 felony arrests. Officers conducted the saturation patrols in Scottsbluff and Terrytown using overtime funded by the Nebraska Department of Transportation Highway Safety Office.
It's time for the recycling game. Question 1. Where do you recycle old electronics in the Tri-City area?
The Environmental Services at 609 East 2nd Street.
Correct. Question 2. Where can you find recycling trailers?
Trailers can be found in Gearing and Terrytown.
Correct. Final question. How can you dump recyclables and not have to sort them?
The Free Stream recycle bins from the city.
That's correct. You just won a cleaner and happier city, brought to you by Tri-City Stormwater.
The Evergreen Credit Card by FNBO. Earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Every day. Everywhere. Never worry about expiring points or category restrictions. Plus, there's no annual fee. Only from the Great Big Small Bank. A bank ever ready for you to earn more, wherever life leads. Evergreen by FNBO.
For this week's featured Pet of the Week, we meet Femi, a 1-year-old Border Collie mix that will melt your heart with her lap-loving behavior. She enjoys going on long walks and playing outside, running laps around whoever's out there with her. Her adoption cost is $150, and that includes her spay, microchipping, and all vaccinations. Plus, whoever adopts Femi will also receive a $25 Murdoch's gift card to start spoiling her ahead of this holiday season.
The Evergreen Credit Card by FNBO. Earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Every day. Everywhere. Never worry about expiring points or category restrictions. Plus, there's no annual fee. Only from the Great Big Small Bank. A bank ever ready for you to earn more, wherever life leads. Evergreen by FNBO.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
Well, let's take a peek at what's happening on your midweek community calendar. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. First State Bank is now Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the same people you know and trust.
Panhandle Trails Intercity Public Transit, based in Alliance, Nebraska, is the only intercity bus serving Nebraska Panhandle communities and Pine Ridge, South Dakota. Panhandle Trails operates a regularly scheduled bus service, assisting you in making connections with Greyhound bus partners, regional airports, healthcare, employment and education opportunities, shopping, family, friends, and more. Panhandle Trails serves the general public of all ages and offers accessible transportation for those with special mobility needs. Let Panhandle Trails help you make your connection. Call 308-761-8747.
Looking for free instead of fees? Platte Valley Bank can help you keep your finances moving forward with no ATM fees. Whether you're headed to the lake, the mountains, or just to the grocery store, you can enjoy the freedom of free ATM access anywhere, anytime. Platte Valley Bank. You belong here.
And finally tonight, a holiday tradition at the Riverside Discovery Center kicks off this Friday night in Scottsbluff. The annual Wild Lights, sponsored by Riverstone Bank, showcases the zoo in an entirely new light, or in this case, Christmas lights. Guests are encouraged to enjoy a variety of festive light displays, holiday music, and of course, enjoy some hot chocolate. Zoo Director Anthony Mason says he's really excited for the public to see the new additions this year, including singing trees projected onto the water tower in the bear exhibit. He says there will also be new themes in the indoor exhibits as well. Wild Lights will take place from 5 to 7 for the next 2 Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and again on Friday, December 23rd and Friday, December 30th. Admission cost is $4 for members and $8 for non-members. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.